If you held up a mirror to the city of Chicago, this is the face you might see staring back.
When we see you, what is reflected back about us?
My parents and my family of having a work ethic. To me, it's just solid people, hardworking people, and no bull people. Tell it like it is, and that's the way it should be.
Dick Butkus, Chicago's greatest homegrown athlete, doesn't make it back to the city much these days.
This is the second time I've traveled in 5 years. I was born and raised here, and it's good. I see my buddies out on the far south side and see my brothers every once in a while. Still a good place to come visit. For the winters, I think I'll stay where I'm at.
Raised in the Roseland neighborhood on South Low Street, he now lives in California. But this season, he made a special trip to Soldier Field, where he greeted fans at the Team Butkus tailgate.
No, thank you.
The event raised money for the Butkus Foundation's mission of increasing access to heart health screenings.
Take another one. Oh, you did.
An enduring icon of the old school NFL, the 79-year-old is reaching a new generation of fans on Twitter. At first, nobody believed it was him, not even the people at Twitter, who refused to verify his account at first, prompting Butkus to tweet, "Are you guys Packers fans or something? Now that I have the blue mark, I can kick people off the platform, right? You hear me, Aaron Rodgers?"
Just having a little fun, really.
It also gives him an outlet to vent, especially about the way the current Bears have played against the arch-rival Packers. "I'm too old to coach the Bears, but not old enough to stop yelling at my TV," he tweeted.
I don't know if anything means anymore with, like the rivalry of playing the Packers or whatever. But if it's been lost, it sure has been rebuilt by having Aaron Rodgers say what he says. So why wouldn't that put a little hair up your rear end and get going?
The man once called the Maestro of Mayhem always seemed to give a little extra effort against the team from Green Bay.
So there's that great picture of you. It looked like you're turning away the entire team. Can you describe what was going on in that picture?
Coming up the line and near the goal line or whatever, and it was all stacked and kind of looks like I'm doing everything, but I really wasn't. I was just behind my defensive line.
Butkus played with the strength of 11 men, but he says he never lifted weights.
We never did anything like that. My form of weightlifting was being a furniture mover, starting with my brothers when I was in high school. You want to talk about a crap job? I mean, that being a mover, 16 years old, so that was my form of really weight training.
Any perceived slight fueled his rage. He says a kid teased him during a Little League baseball game. That opponent later became the quarterback for Fenger High School, a rival of Butkus' Chicago Vocational. Butkus says he got his payback early and often.
I remembered that. That's sort of the attitude I've taken when I was playing. I'm not like that off the field, but on the field, I love the game so much that I'm not going to let you embarrass me or, by blocking me or whatever, and I'm just going to do whatever it takes.
He mastered an unconventional tackling style in which he seemed to bear hug opponents, lift them, and slam them onto the field, rather than aiming for their legs to trip them up. A technique, he says, that stunned his opponents and often jarred the ball loose.
When you're going down, you have nothing to break your fall, and sometimes you're going to let go of the ball and use your hand to break your fall. So I'm going to remember that, and that's why I always try to tackle high.
Butkus recovered 25 fumbles in his career, an NFL record at the time he retired. He was a first-ballot Hall of Famer.
The Rose Bowl, as it turned out, was the only major postseason game I participated in my whole football career.
Decades after his last game, his name is still the most feared in the NFL, a shorthand for toughness. In the film Rocky, Sylvester Stallone's character named his dog Butkus.
The toughest character in the movie is named his dog after you.
It's just a compliment, I guess. It's to me, it's, somebody recognized what I was trying to do.
A bum knee forced his retirement after only 9 seasons, but his larger-than-life personality resulted in a second act as a star of the screen. He was a commentator on CBS Sports,
because they're like the bad guys of the NFL, and
a commercial pitchman,
so we still drink light beer from Miller.
There's something special that comes shining through.
and an actor. On a number of TV series.
Didn't you coach the Houston Rockets?
That's right. 20 years. That wasn't a joke.
And in dozens of films.
Gentlemen, this is your home field, so please take the ball.
Though as a player he never made the playoffs, he had the best seat in the house for the greatest season of Bears football. 1985.
The Bears were so good. I loved doing that, you know.
That's when he worked in the WGN radio booth as a color commentator.
You're gonna watch it on radio with me.
It was a great year to broadcast because you knew they were going to win. And you just make it exciting, and they were something else. That team was really something, man.
He still follows the Bears closely, and he knows the team is likely to move out of its longtime home, Soldier Field.
Do you think some essence of Bear football will be lost if you take it indoors?
No, absolutely. It was lost when we left Wrigley Field.
As you approach your 80th birthday, what do you hope your legacy is in this city?
You know what that legacy and all that means to me is that I had a golden opportunity, and I was very lucky to do what I love to do. And that was to play football.
At Soldier Field, Mike Lowe, WGN News.